Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy Agent Matthews. All right, we're here with another episode of BlackHollywood. We are live, all right, on iheartradio, Spotify, U42 as well too. You can catch us on YouTube as well. And man, I would have to say we got a little treat for y'all today, and we're gonna dive a little bit deep. We're gonna dive deep. Usually we dive deep, but this individual right here is so humble. All right, so humble. She never really gets the opportunity to really talk about who she is, what she does, and how much influence she has on this culture. You know what I mean? So, without further ado, all right, we're going to go ahead and introduce our guest. Matter of fact, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey guys, I'm Mollyworld. I'm a casting director, booking agent, film director, and I just connect the dots all over.
Most definitely. Now listen. I've been on the scene, but not as long as her. But when I go out to the major events with the major plugs and things of that nature, she is the one that I see in the room. Now, as I've been going through the scenes, I've realized that she's actually the one that has a lot more involvement than people actually think. You know what I'm saying? Not only do you book models and things of that nature. If you see ladies in the building and you see her, 9 times out of 10, she's the one that booked them. All right. But she also directs. All right. You also do a lot more than what people really realize. So let's go ahead and get started with, you basically just explaining some of the people that you work with.
Okay. So over the years, I've definitely worked with a lot of major celebrities, including, well, if we're going to talk about commercials, I also book for, I would say, Kevin Hart and Dave Chappelle. I book both their body doubles. So if you don't know what a body double is, basically somebody that looks exactly like you, same height, same skin color, everything, same hairstyle. And basically that just means like, they don't want the celebrity to be on set as long, so they'll have somebody there to stand in for them. Gotcha. Also, for as far as music artists, I've worked with Snoop Dogg, T.I., Boosie and T.I. a lot. Coco Vango, Light Skin Keisha, Mulatto. The list goes on and on, from Atlanta to L.A. So yeah, I've definitely worked with a lot of major people. I don't like to name drop, but
you need to.
I have to,
Listen, we're going to do that on this show, okay? We ain't doing none of that humble, you know what I'm saying, humbleness, you know what I'm saying? Because people need to know, you know what I'm saying? Because not only, it's not like you were just given those opportunities.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
I worked hard for it.
You had to work hard for it, you know what I mean? So, first off, did you just how did you start off? Of course we know where you are now, but how did you start off? Did you just always want to be in the industry as a
So my story is actually pretty interesting and random. So I started off, all throughout my life, I had definitely acted like in plays and stuff.
You were an actor?
Yes, I was. Actress, yeah. But like theater, which is completely different than film.
Dope. So you have a little bit more experience on that side of things,
on that side of things for sure. And then I would say at 15, I started YouTube, which I need to get back to, y'all. I definitely need to get back to it. But at 15, I was doing YouTube videos, and I would act like the artist. So basically, I would shoot it, edit it, film it, everything myself, and also be in the video. Word. So I would lip sync to songs and then act like I'm the music artist. Right. And so those were great. I did a lot of dope editing for that, and then also I did some meaningful stuff too, about anti-suicide and anti-bullying as well, with some benefit. Right.
Was that something that you kind of experienced growing up?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I feel like everybody's experienced some type of struggle, and so definitely growing up, I definitely went through bullying and also suicide as well.
Most definitely. A little bit of depression in there.
Yeah, definitely.
Most definitely.
So I made a video about it, but talking about it, and actually some people ended up seeing it, and they ended up deciding not to commit suicide themselves by watching my video.
That's why I wanted to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of people that are in the industry that I've ran into, sometimes we all deal with a little bit of depression sometimes, but some people know how to take those mental states and actually turn it into a
positive situation.
Yeah, but a drive behind them that just is unstoppable.
And I want to go back. So that was when I was 15, and I'm 27 now, y'all.
Right.
I want to go back into directing some short films and do some beneficial stuff about like anti-suicide, anti-bullying,
right.
and stuff along those lines. Because if I made an impact back then, think about my influence now
right.
and how I can make an impact. So, but fast forward, or going backwards to when I was 15, I was doing a lot of like videos, like me looking like an artist, right?
Right.
So then rappers actually started to see this, and they wanted me to start shooting their rap videos. So I started getting paid to shoot rap videos. At
you were
like,
shooting videos?
Yeah, I was shooting videos, but I was starting to get paid probably, I would say more like 17 years old.
Right.
Because I built it up, and it was so random. Like these artists, Lurk Gang, from back in the day. They were actually from Marietta, and I am from Marietta, so they actually
right.
found me on YouTube and were like, we want you to shoot our videos.
Right.
So that's what made me start in the whole hip-hop culture, period. Like, to be honest, I didn't even know about really hip-hop until I was in 7th grade. Like, I didn't listen to that growing
right.
up. I listened to more country and Motown, which is super random, but yeah.
Right, right,
My parents love that.
Most
but getting into the hip-hop culture, like, and just culture, period, I didn't really get into it until 17 years old,
right.
when some rappers found me and wanted me to start shooting their videos.
Right.
I started shooting their videos, their interviews, all that.
Right.
And then at like 18 years old, I started doing like a lot of showcases, and I used to be the girl with the camera that would be shooting showcases. So like
right.
back in the day with Tampa Mystic, when she used to do all her major
events,
industry events, and
sure.
like all those back in the day, I used to be shooting all that. So I used to be known as like, who's this white girl with the camera, you know?
Right, most
like definitely. That used to be what people were like, what are you doing?
Right.
And I used to shoot a lot of like showcases and music videos. And then at about 19 years old is when I started casting, because I met Show Out, who's the owner of So Official.
Right.
He ended up finding me. He was like watching me for a while.
Right.
And then he was like, "Oh, I want you to be the face of my company, and I want you to start working with me."
Right.
So originally, I was just gonna work with him on his company and stuff, and then I don't know how exactly I got into the casting field of it,
right.
but it just kind of started falling in place when people started asking me for girls to come to set.
Right.
And I'm like, well, I could get these girls paid and then get myself paid as well.
Right.
And my team paid. So that's what made me start getting to the casting of everything. And that's what blew really up.
Most definitely.
You know?
Yeah, because a lot of times, you know, we see Mollyworld in the field. We see Molly in the field. You know what I'm saying? But we also know that you have a brand attached to you, which is So Official. I want to salute you on that, because, you know, a lot of times in the industry, like, you know, you might start off with one person, you know what I'm saying, working with a few people, and then something will happen where you guys don't work together anymore.
No,
so,
for sure.
You know what I mean? I guess the loyalty that you guys have towards each other, you know, is very beneficial.
No, definitely. Yeah. And it's also just the fact of that's been like, I think 8 years.
Yeah.
But also, I just like for people to also understand, like, before even all that, like, I was doing my shit.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? Like
for sure.
You know, at 18 to 19, I was really, or even 17, I was really working every day,
most definitely
pushing it. And it's also really interesting to find people that knew me from before,
right,
and like saw me when I was directing and stuff and in the field, because they're like, yo, you've come so long. Like, I really like meeting people like that, or re-meeting them and them seeing like everything I've accomplished, you know. And I also feel like with me as an individual, I feel like I wouldn't be as successful today if I didn't have that drive and hustle, because I feel like I pushed myself. What is it that keeps you motivated? Because, like, I'm gonna be honest with you, like, even when I'm out at events and you know, I might meet some models to do some pictures or something like that, or some photos, whatever, and they always talk about you. Oh,
they're like, if I can get on with Mollyworld, my life will change.
Yeah, I've definitely changed a lot of people's lives.
Exactly.
No, for sure. Like,
yeah,
I think what motivates me is the models. And I do cast actors, I cast kids, I cast older people, I cast all ages, just so you guys know. But I'm definitely known for mostly booking models at a certain age as well, like 18 to 28. I always say that. And by the way, y'all, that's age range. So if you look at the age, y'all can submit. Okay, don't be scared.
Most
Go
definitely.
Submit. But what motivates me is definitely in these ladies that do hit me up, like, that can't even afford rent that week, you know, or that month or whatever. And I'm like, well, let me see what I could do, you know, because technically I don't select the talent. I submit the talent, I don't select the talent, which
Right.
means I submit your pictures to the client, and the client is who actually picks the client.
Okay.
Picks the
All right.
models, which people don't understand that, but that's how the industry works.
All right, so let's go ahead and get to it real quick. So when
Right.
it comes down to it, because a lot of models think just because they look good, you know what I'm saying, that they just gonna get the selection
Yeah,
right off
no.
rip. So let me ask you this question. So if a model is submitting to you, what do they need to have in order for you to take the time and consideration to looking at their profile?
Well, first they definitely need to read. I feel like people really don't read. They like get excited and they're
Oh,
like,
you talking about read the instructions?
no, like read instructions first. No, for sure, because my assistant's right here. She could
Right.
vouch for me. Like, people don't read. So,
Right.
Number one, read the whole. When I make a post,
Right.
okay, look at the caption. It has all the details you need to know that I can actually post on the internet. Right. Read it. Make sure you use the right subject line for the email, because we cast thousands a day.
Right.
You know, so you got to put the right subject line.
Most definitely.
So you're actually getting submitted. Now, with submissions, you need professional pictures. I can't say that enough. Professional pictures.
What is your definition of a professional picture? Because some models, you know what I'm saying, you know, they might send a picture.
Not a club picture. It can't be a professional camera in the club. That's not a professional picture to
Right.
me. Actually set up a photo shoot. Make sure the quality is actually right and the editing is right, you know.
What should
And
they
don't
be wearing?
over edit as well. So if it's for a music video, I suggest bikini or lingerie, just because that's what everybody else is submitting.
Right.
And it does help so that the client can see. Even if you're not gonna be in lingerie in the video, it just helps to see what your body actually looks like.
Right.
Underneath clothes, you know.
Gotcha.
So definitely bikini or lingerie. But if we're doing a commercial shoot, then I would say more like, you know, a blouse and some jeans, or
Right.
a nice tank top with
Right.
jeans. That's what I would suggest as
Most
far as that. Now, if we're doing acting headshots, I would say a solid color shirt that doesn't show too much cleavage if you're a female. And, you know, a headshot situation.
Right.
So it's all different types of submissions.
Just depending on like who they're marketing to.
Yes,
you know what I'm
exactly,
saying?
and
Most
what we're
definitely.
casting for.
Most definitely.
But I would say for music video or for like an event, I would say more lingerie or bikini. If you're not comfortable with lingerie, I totally understand it. So do a bikini instead.
Right.
But also know like what fits your body. You know, if you know you got a little pudge going on, you might want to do a one piece instead of a two piece, you know, or
Right.
whatever the case may be, which is fine. But just make sure you actually know what fits your body.
Most definitely. And another thing that you talked, I think I cut you off, but you were saying less edited pictures.
Yeah, so definitely edited for sure,
Right.
but we don't want you to look like a catfish.
Exactly. I ain't gonna
Because
lie. I
I've had to FaceTime girls. Now I have to FaceTime girls because some girls come to set and you do not look like y'all pictures.
Exactly.
And I would rather we kick it in the butt before you even get to set, because I don't want to have to send you home. We had to send somebody home a couple months ago, and
Word.
shoot. And normally I always FaceTime girls and make sure that they actually look like their pictures. But that one day that I didn't.
Right.
Ooh.
Yeah.
She had to be sent home.
You had to
No
send her
pay.
home? No pay.
I sent her $50 for an Uber, but like,
Right.
yeah, no, that's embarrassing.
Most definitely, because I had a shoot. I ain't gonna say when, but a lady, she sent her pictures in, and I was like, this might be able to work. She pulled up to the set, and she was in excuse my French, but she was dressed like a dyke almost. You know what I'm saying? Like she had the mannerisms and everything, like a dude. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I just.
And
got
she wasn't
catfished.
changing into it.
I mean, it's just what she wore to the set.
Oh, so she was coming like that's how she was prepared to.
Her persona didn't match
Okay.
the pictures that she sent. You know
Got
what
you.
I'm saying? So,
for sure.
So I was like, "Where's Molly? I need help. I need help."
Oh, that's a good thing that you just mentioned that. So
Right.
a lot of people do call me after they go another way,
Right.
and they're like, "Molly, I need help."
Yeah.
I would rather y'all just call me in the first place.
Right.
But hey, I will come save the day,
Most definitely.
which I do
All
a
right,
lot.
so let's get into some of the model stories real quick
Oh,
before
goodness.
we change the subject. You know what I'm saying? Like, so what we gonna touch on the bad real quick. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? What are some of because we want some of the models to know, you know what I'm saying, what your preferences are on set, you know what I'm saying, how to deal with, how to be professional with you as well as the clients as well too. Like, you know, what are some things that you've noticed over your years that models are doing wrong?
So I think first off, what people are doing wrong is they got the gigs, they think they got the gig. Okay, what I mean by that is now the model got the gig, now she's happy on set that she's on set, and now she doesn't think she can work like she needs to work.
Word.
Like she already got the gig, why does she need to work? No, you need to be working at all times.
Right.
I'm all about energy. Don't think you're bigger than anybody else, because we're all in this together. So definitely, like, I'm very big on having good energy on set. If you see there's a difference, there's normally a difference from my girls and other casting directors. Like, I'm very big on, yes, you gotta look good for sure, but I feel like that's also with energy. Like, it's not the same thing. If you don't have good energy on set, we don't want to keep you on set, you know. So you definitely have to have that good personality and that look at the same time. It can't be like one more than the other, because it you know,
because energy, like, you know what I'm saying, what I've noticed when you're on set, like, a lot of times people have the impression that it's just fun, you know what I'm saying, but they don't think it's a little bit of work that goes into it. It's like you have that.
It could be fun work though. Like, I mean, I have a great time on set. I'm turning y'all up, but you still gotta put in work.
Exactly.
Like, don't just think, okay, I'm here, like, and then don't complain. You're here on set. You're getting paid. Like, yeah, not that much. Because I be saying straight up, I'm like, don't complain. If you complain, or if you are gonna complain to me personally. Like, come to me directly. Don't be complaining to the director. They don't care. Like, come to me who booked you. And let me see, how are you actually complaining, like, for a legitimate reason, or is it just you're annoyed? You know, like, so there's a difference.
If they come to you, be like, my feet hurts. You'd be like, well,
you should have worn more comfortable shoes. You're a model. You should know for 4 hours you're going to be in heels. Bring some slides for in between time. You know what I'm saying? So, like, definitely, I don't put up with, like, negative behavior on set. And then also complaining, like, we all have the same common goal. We're trying to get this shit done. You know? So let's try to help each other out with that.
Most definitely. Yeah, I appreciate you sharing that. So for all the models, make sure that y'all know y'all come with y'all
and bring that energy and confidence, please. Please be confident. Because you gotta push your way through.
We gotta talk on that, because what I notice is there's a lot of beautiful women out there. Beautiful. But when it comes down to, you know, confidence and exuding their beauty, that's why I like doing some of the fashion photo shoots and stuff like that, because some women don't know how to express their, you know, their beauty, their figures and things of that nature. So when it comes down to confidence, how can you spot confidence in somebody that you're casting?
I feel like when somebody walks in the room, I can tell if they're confident or not. And then also when they change in their clothes, I can tell if they're confident or not as well, because some people, they might be confident, but they don't like what they're wearing. I'm like, well, why would you even bring that outfit if you're not comfortable with it? You know? Like, don't ever submit to anything or wear anything you're not comfortable with. I'm very big on people's comfortability. I feel like that also has to do with confidence. If you're comfortable, you're going to be confident, you know? Also, I feel like how I help, though, with people's confidence is when I'm on set. If I'm not on set, though, I'm, like, busy doing another set, or I'm out of town, I'll have one of my assistants on set. I'm very big on girls' safety on set and girls' confidence on set. So we always make sure with my assistants and me, we always hype them up. So especially if it's a turn up scene, it's a twerking scene, or just a high energy scene, we're like, hey, turn up, hey. You'll hear me on those stories. I'll be like, hey, let's go. You know, but that's to help their confidence and to keep them going, you know, make them not slow down for those 4 minutes of them having to dance, or 4 minutes of them having to perform, you know. So I definitely, and I also model coach as well on set. So I'll be like, you should do this, you should do that, you know, to help them out a little bit more, so they don't have to think as much. Most definitely. That's what's up. I salute you for that. Now, when it comes down to, like, models that you've worked with, of course you have a few. I mean, of course you've seen thousands. Thousands of models. Now, I'm sure you have maybe your select few that are, you know, doing a thing that you kind of, you know, do you have any shout outs that you would like to give to any of the models?
that, you know,
I don't want to
that
give no
do
shout outs
what they
because then
do?
someone's gonna be mad,
man.
so I'm not doing that.
No.
No, I'm not doing any specific shout outs because my models know who they are, because I'm always going to tell them every day when I book you, I'm going to tell you you did a good job.
Most definitely.
So I'm going to give you your individual shout out directly, which I think is even more personable.
Most definitely.
And I got thousands, so if I say one name, I'm going to have to say 1,000 names, and so I don't feel like doing that.
Gotcha.
But I definitely want to say also I don't have favorites.
Right.
I feel like a lot of times I do get this comment on my page a lot, at least.
Right.
Is, oh, you always get this girl. Well, she has the best pictures and she gets selected.
Exactly.
I don't pick the talent. I have to say this 1,000 times. I do not pick the talent. The client picks the talent.
Right.
So, and that, what helps with that is the best professional pictures and the look that they're looking for.
Right.
You know, like some people want big booty girls. Some people want skinny, just pretty face, you know?
Right.
And we cast all different body types. We also, actually today we just booked a model for, a plus size model for Jada Waita's clothing brand.
That's what's up.
Which I've been doing a lot of hers lately, like a lot of her plus size models I've been booking as well, which is really great. I think that's great that we have some more opportunities to book plus size.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah, I actually have I've ran into a few beautiful plus size women, and you know, sometimes they don't even really believe in themselves like that. They think modeling is only twerking in front of,
Right.
you know what I'm saying, you know, Yo Gotti's music video or something like that. But, you know, when it comes down to it, like, there are plus size clothing brands that need you guys as well too.
Exactly,
you know what I mean?
and which we just did for Jada Waita. She's actually doing a lot of stuff with plus size models right now, so shout out to her.
Most
Also, I guess I could shout out the model Meech. Shout out to Meech. She got booked for that today. But yeah, I also, like, there's so many different types of models with every industry, you know, and we cast literally everything. So we cast from music videos to TV shows, commercials, hair campaigns. Shout out to ORS Hair Care. Shoot, we just did a couple law firm commercials as well.
That's dope.
So with some actors. So we definitely cast all around different things, and also we party as well, have a good time partying, but also I say it's partying with a purpose. So you know, because it's about networking at the end of the day. Like last night we were at Zari, and I had about 20 girls with me, and we all had a good time. They all networked with each other. Also, I got to see what their energy is like, you know, what they actually look like in person and their energy. And now, like, two of the girls that came out to Zari, I like to try to add a little benefit from them coming and partying, right? So now two of the girls will get to go to a fashion show with me tomorrow. So, but what I mean by partying with a purpose is, like, you never know who's gonna be out at that club. And like last night, there was a big Nigerian artist that was a couple sections over that happened to have me come over there and talk to him, and then I brought some models over to go meet him. You know what I'm saying? Like, you never know what you could be getting from the party situation. You just gotta make it the most to you, you know? And networking, it's all about networking. I feel like I'm the network queen. I be networking no matter if I'm getting my nails done, if I'm going to the mall, if I'm on set, I'm gonna network.
Most definitely.
You know?
Most definitely. Networking is very powerful, you know what I'm saying? Because your blessings come through people.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? You never know who needs you. You just gotta say, hey, how you doing? What you do? This is what I do.
How can we help each other?
Yeah, you might be the peanut butter to my jelly.
Right. There you go. You know? Or the bread to put it together.
Let's get some bread together. Exactly. So yeah, I salute you on that. Do you have any tips for networking for people? Like,
I always say, don't ever judge somebody by what they look like, and that helps you with networking. As far as, like, the person that probably looks like the janitor could be the most important person in the room. You never know. So I learned that a long time ago. Like, don't judge a book by its cover, and don't complain, like, especially on a set. Don't complain on set also, by the way, because you never know who somebody is next to you, and they could be the executive and they could kick you off set. But also with that, network with everybody on set, I feel like. But also about timing. I feel like timing also makes sense. Like, if you're at a networking event, it's a little more free flowing and stuff. But if you're on a set, there's a time and place to talk to somebody about networking. If we're in the middle of a shot and don't go talk to the director. I mean, they're obviously working. But if you have some free time, like at the lunch break, or you're wrapped, you could go talk to them. There's always timing for everything. I think that helps a lot too, because it's a respect thing too.
Very important.
You know?
Very important. See, one thing that I've learned about you is that you know, of course, you have a lot of success. You know what I'm saying? But you do still stay humble. You know, I never see you bashing anybody or, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, what keeps you grounded or humble, you know, kind of not necessarily in your place. I don't want to say in your place because I don't think anybody has to be in their place, but, you know, to where you're not cocky and you're not going out here, you know, just rubbing your success in people's face and actually really helping people. Like, what is it that keeps you at that place?
I feel like my parents. I feel like me, how I was raised, and also like just my parents, period, because my parents are very prominent in my life. Right. Still, you know what I'm saying? So they definitely keep me humble with that, and they also try to push me to be better. Right. And then also just...
Have they always been supportive?
Yeah, they've always been supportive. They just would prefer me do more, what they know my real goal is to direct. So they always push me to keep trying to get back into directing a little more, which I am definitely doing this year and next year.
Most definitely.
Just casting blew up and helps me with a lot of benefits, so I be going, and I love it too. It's Most just definitely. Another passion of mine is definitely directing.
Most definitely.
So they definitely prefer me to do more directing stuff, and just because they know that's my real goal, you know. Definitely. And you know, corporate stuff, because corporate chicks are different. You know what I'm saying? They're a lot better, and they also aren't trying to get no discount on things.
Most definitely.
You know.
Most definitely.
Whatever you say your price is your price. Right. Nobody's gonna try to go back on you on that. Yeah.
Most definitely.
So definitely, but my parents have always been really supportive for sure.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
And I feel like what also keeps me humble is like I hate cocky people. Right. Like I don't like being around somebody that they think they're better than me.
Most definitely.
Like we're both here, you know, we're both working, I think there's enough money to go around.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
Even if you're doing somewhat of the same thing I'm doing, I think there's enough money going around.
I agree. And to be honest with you, you know, like, you know, BlackHollywood is really like a new brand, but it's really kind of like a way of life. You know what I'm saying? I look at, you know, I've been to Hollywood, you know what I'm saying? And I've been on set in Hollywood, and what I've learned is that, you know, it's really just like a team of teams working together for a common goal.
Right.
I believe Atlanta is similar to that. You know what I'm saying? We have the talent out here. You know, we have the opportunities.
And they call it the BlackHollywood.
Exactly. We have the opportunities and things of that nature, but sometimes it's tough getting people together to work together. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes down to you working with, you know, people, whether it's clients, whether it's people who may have studios to help you on set or whatnot, car people, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is the best way of actually working with you from a client standpoint? Okay, so let's go back.
Yeah,
let's go back.
Go back.
So say for instance, I'm booking a music video, right? Okay. All right. What are some things that I can do wrong that would turn you off from working with me?
First off, you don't send that deposit.
You gotta bring that money.
You gotta bring that money, because that's first off. It's not just because I'm definitely not a money hungry person, but it's just business at the end of the day, and that also shows that you're serious. You put that deposit down, now I'm officially working for you. Right. If you just talking to me and saying what you want, okay, that's cool and all, and I might make a post and I might actually put in some work for it, but now if you put that deposit down, I'm making sure I'm putting in work for you. Most definitely. For sure. Most definitely. So I feel like that's probably the biggest thing. Right. And then I would say now on set behavior. Exactly. A lot of times, especially music videos, especially music video artists, there's a lot of liquor on set sometimes, and sometimes artists do get drunk. But also knowing how to control yourself. And to be honest, it's normally not the artists, it's normally the groupies on set or the entourage. Oh my god, the entourage. I hate entourage.
Right, most definitely.
Especially when they think they're the artist. Like, humble yourself. You are definitely not the artist.
Most definitely.
Calm down. Knowing how to talk to my models. If you sexualize them, I am gonna go off on you.
Sexualize them
like sexualize them as in
like while they're dancing, they trying to grab some booty or something?
Yeah, well, yeah, grab your booty, but also more like the words that you're even saying, like, oh, I want to take you home and do this to you. Like, don't say that to my girl. She's here working to make you look good. Right. She's not here to have sex with you. Right. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's a big thing, and I'd be going off on people.
Most definitely.
Because we're not here for that. They're here to make you look good.
Most
and make your fans think that you possibly might have done something with the girl, but you're not actually doing anything with the girl.
Exactly.
You know? So it's all a fantasy at the end of the day. We're not making that fantasy come true.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
So definitely, like, I'm very big on that. Like, girls' safety on set, make sure they're comfortable.
Right.
You know? Because if they're not comfortable, they're not going to perform like they should perform.
Right.
Like, we had a set yesterday, actually, and it was all females, the female rapper, and, like, just the director was the only male. And to be honest, the girls did splits, tricks that this one girl never does on any other set.
Right.
I've booked this girl probably, I don't know, a lot of times, okay?
Most definitely.
She'll twerk all day, every day, but she will never do the splits. She did a handstand,
Right.
but it's all because she was comfortable because there was no guy trying to be up on her.
Right,
like, she
right.
felt calm and collected. The
right.
artist wasn't trying to get with her. She was just trying to show out, and they were all having a good time. They were literally having a party,
Most
you know?
definitely.
But she did that because you could tell how comfortable she was,
Right.
you know? And I'm like, I didn't even know she could do a split and a handstand. I was
Right.
like, oh, okay.
For
you
sure.
feeling good on this
I
set.
bet you felt proud, didn't you?
Yeah, I did feel proud. I definitely did. I was like, oh, you go, girl. Shoot, we be hyping everybody up. I'm
Most
very
definitely.
much about, like, hyping another female up, you
Most
know?
definitely. And I think that's good, man, because, like, you actually want to see them win.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
definitely.
I've been to certain sets where, like, they actually treat the model not as like a human, honestly. Like, they come in, they, you know, the models do their little sexy thing, boom, 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 and then once the director is done with them, you like, go stand over there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
No,
saying?
for sure.
So I commend you on that. You know what I mean? You treat people like humans, even though you know their talent.
No,
You
for
know what I'm
sure.
saying?
There's definitely levels to this industry, and there's levels to even on set. There's politics and stuff, but
Right.
definitely trying to treat everybody as a human for sure, because
Most
they
definitely.
are. You
Most
know,
definitely.
we all believe the same.
Most definitely. All right. Before we get into you directing,
Oh, goodness.
I got a question about the business real quick.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because I know that, you know, a lot of the top-notch people, you know, P. Brown, Tampa Mystic.
I love them.
You know what I'm saying? You know, Clay, you know, Rubicon Clay.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Clay.
Like,
Clay, the man with the plan.
Exactly. Like, a lot of these major individuals, you know, you've been around, you know what I'm saying? Have you ever ran into any issues of you growing as a woman in business? You know what I'm saying? Where people may be trying to hold you back or maybe trying not to give you the shine that you need. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, every day. Or people thinking like they made me. I don't like that.
Right.
I don't like people thinking that, because I'm like, I've been doing this since I was 15.
Right.
Maybe not this specific thing, but
Right,
I've
right.
been in the industry. I've been working.
Right.
I deserve this. I be working hard.
Most definitely.
And I definitely feel like when I'm on set or if I'm at an event, people connect with me as a person. I feel like that's also what makes me different than maybe other casting directors. Is people really like me as a person, Molly as a person,
Right.
you know?
Most definitely.
They love my brand too, but they also like me,
Right.
you know? And I feel like even in times when if I've messed up, I feel like I can still get that chance to do it again because
Right.
of my energy that I put out
Right,
and
right.
how I treat people.
Most definitely.
You know, I feel like if I was a terrible person and then my business sucked, then I wouldn't be even have that second chance, you
Right,
know?
right. Most definitely.
But I feel like me as a person is what gets me those second chances and also those first chances or those chances to go even farther than normal.
Right.
But I definitely need to go back to your question is I feel like definitely as a female it is just harder in this industry because people sexualize you every day.
Right, right.
But sometimes I use that to my
Wait, hold on.
what?
They be trying to holler at you too?
What set do I not go on that somebody does not try to holler at me?
Ooh-wee.
Definitely every day people try to sexualize me. But hey, sometimes I use that to my advantage.
Right.
Okay, you want to see me, book me. And you're gonna see my business. That's it. You're not gonna do nothing with me. But hey, book me and you can see me doing business.
Most definitely. You can see me on set.
Right, exactly. See me on
Most
set for sure.
Most definitely. Most definitely. All right, so let's go ahead and transition into the directing real quick because, you know, we already know you started off editing videos, you know what I'm saying, then you started off casting, you know what I'm saying, so now you looking to branch off into more movies, short films.
Yes, so short
Right.
films and then to movies for sure.
Most definitely.
I'm thinking 2023 to
Well, that's coming up.
yeah, that's really now, right? I mean, if
Yeah,
we think about it.
exactly.
But I'm gonna prepare for that though this year. I want to do at least. I think three short films.
Right.
I think that's easier way to accomplish things. So
Right.
3 short films, and I want them all to have some type of meaning in them.
behind it.
Yeah. So
Right.
it's about anti-suicide. It's about I know it's a deep one, but rape. I want to talk about it. Domestic violence.
Most definitely.
Like, I want to talk about all these subjects because I've personally been through almost committed suicide,
right.
been bullied, been raped, you know? So I definitely want to talk about those subjects that might be hard to talk about, but definitely. I feel like if we were to, you know, when you watch a film, if I'm going to watch a film, I would rather do something that's meaningful and that I could think about the world differently, or I could even help somebody, you know, think about themselves differently or something else, you know?
Most definitely.
So, and especially with my influence now, like, I definitely want to be able to do something that's beneficial.
Right. And I agree with you because, like, a lot of women look at your page every day for opportunities. So you most definitely a powerful individual. And I have to say that, you know, there are a lot of women who have been through what you've been through, you know what I'm saying? Some of those negative experiences, but how you have pushed through it, how you flipped it, and you are being a positive individual. You know, if you put out some kind of movie that's talking about that, or even what you just doing this interview, telling your story, you know, you may encourage some of the models to be the next, you know, Tyra Banks, or the next actor to be, you know, the next Samuel L. Jackson or something. You know
no, for sure. Like, definitely, I feel like everybody has some type of hardship. Right. And like, even
I love your terminology. You're killing me with the vocabulary right now, for sure.
Definitely some type of hardship, like that you go through, like a struggle, you know, you go through. So, and you could either make it tear you down or make it bring you up, you know, and inspire other people. Most definitely. So I love inspiring people. To be honest, when people DM me and they say I inspire them, they inspire me, you know? So definitely.
Most definitely. So let me ask you this. So you got kids?
I have 0 kids.
Okay. All right. That's what's up.
I love kids, though. I do cast kids. I call them my kids.
That's what's up. We got to get into the dating in the industry.
Oh, goodness. We always get this question.
We got to talk about it. We got to talk about it because some relationships are healthy relationships. You know what I'm saying? I've met, you know, models and, you know, their spouse, you know what I'm saying, boyfriend, whatever you want to call them, is an influencer or something like that, and they push each other, they help develop each other, you know what I'm saying?
Power couples,
you know what I mean? Like, what are some of your dating experiences in the industry? Now, we want to know this, all right?
I know, because I get asked this every time, so I definitely know if people want to know this.
you deal with hundreds of models, thousands of models. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure you've ran into the boyfriend who is there, who want to come to the set.
Don't bring your boyfriend to set. Don't do it. I will kick him off set real quick.
Right.
So first off, it's nothing wrong with having a relationship in the industry. Right. I personally don't want a relationship at all. Right. Till I'm probably like, you know, 3 years from now. I feel like when I'm 30, then I'll think about it. Like, right now, I'm cool with being single, going on dates, see who I want to see when I want to see them. Right. And keep it that simple as that. Keep it plain. And they all know that I'm seeing other people. Simple as that. But
are you pimping? That sound like
no, I'm not pimping. I'll just keep it 100. It's all about communication.
Molly, you a player?
I'm not a player. I keep it. How's a player keep it 100?
I mean, hey.
If I tell all of them I'm gonna see other people, I mean, I guess okay, that does sound like
that's how I gotta play. Hey, it's all good. Most definitely live your life, man. Hey, so for all the ladies out there, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that you either find you a spouse that is supportive of what you got going on, because you think relationships could be a distraction sometimes.
Oh yeah, to be honest, I would say 9 times out of 10 it is, which is why I personally am not in a relationship. Right. Also, I know how I am in a relationship. I'm completely different. I'm very protective in a relationship, and I'm very like put my all into that relationship so that I don't focus on myself as much. Right. And I feel like that's why I just avoid all of it, you know?
So what's your dream, what's your dream man look like? I don't want to say man because, you know, I don't
It's definitely a man, sure. Definitely a black man, for sure. Right. Well, definitely confidence. Maybe he's in this industry or he's a CEO. Right. Like, he needs to be some type of businessman, for sure, because I'm a businesswoman, and it just makes sense if he can at least understand business, and also can help me in my business. I can help him in his business. Most definitely. You know, like, I definitely want that, like, power couple situation, you
Most
know,
definitely.
That we can both be like equals in the relationship.
Most
you know, either and to be honest, I feel like he needs to make as much money as me or make more money than me.
Word.
Or maybe make a little less, but his hustle's really big. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like
something that you can believe in.
It needs something that I can believe in and that could benefit me.
Right.
Because I also feel like I need to benefit him.
Right.
You know, in a relationship, you gotta benefit each other.
Most definitely.
Other than just love, like you gotta help each other out.
Most definitely.
You know.
Well, I think I agree with you, and but the reason why I agree with you is because like a lot of people don't know their purpose though. You know what I'm saying? Like you know, a lot of times people get into relationships because somebody looks good or how they treat them. But
right.
like your course and your path, you know, that God has created for you. You know what I'm saying? You have to stay on your course and know your purpose of what you want to do in this world. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes those things are undefined in relationships.
True. And I also feel like that's why communication in the beginning of the relationship is very important.
Most
like
definitely.
I'm very communicative right when I even meet you. I'm going to tell you what's up, what I'm looking for, and what I'm not looking for. If you're not cool with that, why should we even like, you know, waste each other's time? Like what's the point? We could be friends, we could do business, but we're not, if everything's not matching up, then why should we even be in a relationship, you know?
Right.
And I also feel like going back to your first question with that, with models, I feel like it's very much a distraction. You really need a confident man. There's a lot of really insecure men that date models, and like you can't be like that. I'm sorry, I'm not having you come to set and ruin my set.
Talk about it.
You know, like there's been girls that will be like, well, can I bring my manager?
A man.
To be honest, also managers, I don't want unless you're a celebrity or an influencer that I'm booking, you don't need a manager to come to set.
Word.
I'm a booking agent and I'm a casting director. I'll be your manager for that day. You know what I'm saying? I will make sure that you're safe on set. I'll make sure you get paid. All that. There's no point in you bringing a manager at all. There's no point.
Most definitely.
And also they normally be in the way. They're, you know, like asking too many questions. You know, like just let it flow. I got this.
Most
you know, with a female, if you are getting booked, at least I can say at least for me. I can't say for other casting directors or other companies, but I know for me, you're gonna be taken care of on set. So you don't need to bring a friend to set. You don't need to bring your man to set. You don't need to bring your manager to set. You're gonna be safe and you're gonna be good. I'm gonna have if I'm not on set, I'm gonna have an assistant on set who's gonna communicate to me 24/7 about set. You know, like you're gonna be okay. Like you don't. Now, if it's a situation, I understand that like you might not know, and it's a weird situation. Definitely bring somebody. Make sure safety is first. But I know for my set, you're gonna be okay.
It's gonna be straight.
You know. Now with the relationships, oh man.
I know you've seen.
I'd be like, yo, I've seen literally girls get destroyed in relationships, and what I mean by that is.
Oh, let's talk about it.
Literally, a girl will be booked almost every day or once a week or whatever the case may be, and then they get in a relationship and that all goes downhill. Like now they're not getting booked they're not even submitting anymore. They're not on set anymore. They're stuck in that relationship, or they are in a relationship and they do come in a set, but then when they are on set they have a bad attitude because a artist is flirting with them. I'm sorry, but if we're on set, an artist is definitely gonna flirt with you. They booked you, they're gonna flirt with you. You're gonna try it. But they can always do it respectfully or not respectfully, and then if they cross that line, I'm gonna get involved. You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely.
But you still gotta be nice to the artist they booked you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
most definitely.
It's all about being polite and respect. You know, and it should be definitely both ways. But
definitely.
like, don't be like, I got a boyfriend. Like, okay, I get it, you got a boyfriend, but at least shoot, like, make it seem like, I mean, not make it seem like you don't, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, there's a way to go about it. Like, you can just smile it off. You don't have to be rude about it. You know, like, there's a couple of different techniques you can do, like, that I use all the time, you know? I always say, yeah, I'm single and I want to be single. That don't mean I want you, you know? But I say it a certain way so that you're still not tripping. We can still get the job done, and you might want to book with me again, you know? I've also had boyfriends come to set, which I definitely did not tell them to come to set.
Okay.
And
you talking about your boyfriends?
No, not my boyfriends.
Oh, okay.
No, hell no. Shit, I've had a boyfriend like 3 years. And when I did, they definitely were not coming to set. But no, I've had a certain you want to hear a crazy story because I know you were asking about stories earlier. I'll try to keep it quick. But basically, this girl, this was probably 2 years ago. This girl, we were, you know, set life. we go overtime a lot. So it was a set that ended up going overtime. And it was one of those scenes that was more of an acting set. So even though it was a music video, it was still acting.
Right.
So you had to have a continuity. So basically, the girls had to be in every scene to continue the story along.
Right.
So we had to stay an extra hour. And this girl is like, well, my boyfriend's outside. I'm like, wait, first off, when did your boyfriend get here? Because you didn't tell me you had a boyfriend outside.
Right.
He's like, oh, he's been here. I'm like, great. So then I'm like, well, let me go talk to your boyfriend because apparently you can't stay because the boyfriend wants to go.
Right.
So let me go talk to your boyfriend. So this dude is apparently drunk in the parking lot. Drunk as hell in the parking lot. And is talking like, hey, yo, like, she gotta go right now. I'm like, well, we got one more scene. She's gonna get paid extra. Like,
And you offered extra for it.
Yeah, definitely. That's for sure. We're going into overtime, and now you giving me a hard time. So yeah, I'm gonna pay some. Even if it's out of my own pay, I'm gonna pay for it.
Most definitely.
Which I do a lot.
Right.
So, and then he's trying to be like big ball, like be like, yo, I'm this, I'm that, I'm known. I'm like, okay, whoop-de-doo, I'm known too. Like, at the end of the day, we need to get this job done.
Right.
And he's like, well, she can't stay. I said, okay, cool. I pulled the girl aside. I was like, if you can't stay, I'm not gonna book you again, or I'm gonna put you on probation. I said I was gonna put her on probation, which means I won't book you for like three months.
Right.
And she
was this like a consistent model that you?
No, it was like she was booked like maybe like every once in a while type of thing. Right. She just was okay. Okay, that was mean, but she's just okay looking. Like she's not like anything special.
Right.
And she ended up going off of me. I said, okay, cool. You know what? You're blacklisted then. Like I'm not even gonna book you at all. I gave you like a 3-month trial of like just calming yourself down, getting your situation straight. Right. But if you're gonna like disrespect me.
Right.
And now you're making me look crazy in front of this client because they needed you guys to stay. Now I'm not gonna book. And you brought your drunk boyfriend to set. Like, who the hell brings your drunk boyfriend to set? That's tripping.
Most definitely.
Like, he was talking about going inside and shit. Like, to go talk to the artist. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, bro. Like, chill out.
Exactly.
So yeah, blacklisted her. And you know what? I ended up being so petty with it because I be very, very nice. You know me, I'm very nice, but don't cross me.
Right.
I ended up calling 2 other casting directors and I said, don't ever book this girl. Right. This is what happened. She brought her drunk boyfriend to set. They're like, oh shit, okay, she's blacklisted on our list too.
Right.
So.
Most definitely.
Like, don't try me now.
Listen, don't get on her bad side. You know what I'm saying?
Because people don't understand this industry is so small. Like, we're all connected. Like,
it is.
Other casting directors know each other. Even if we might not like each other per se, we still will work together and talk to each other.
Right. Most definitely. Did you notice, like, because I noticed, like, the people who are really successful, who's been, because we're going to wrap up in a second, but the people who are, like, on your level or higher and things of that nature, sometimes those are actually really cool people.
Yeah,
like, you know
definitely.
what I'm saying? A lot of times you think when you first start off in the business that, there's a lot of, rude people or, you know what I'm saying, people that's just pricks, you know what I'm saying?
Well, there definitely are those too.
Word.
There definitely are those too, but yeah, there are also some really dope people,
some
for
really
sure.
good people out here.
I know when I started casting, there was only 3 major casting companies, and now shoot, there's a new casting company every day. I'm like,
exactly.
But I also will say this: with me, you will never be me. I'll bring my type of brand. Like, I'm different. So. Right. But kudos to those that are trying.
Most definitely. All right, so listen, man, this is a woman in business, you know what I'm saying? She's doing her thing out here. Make sure y'all holla at Miss Molly. Is there any misconceptions that you want to clear up? Any comments that you want to address before we get up out of here?
We cast for everything. I cast from kids to middle-aged people to old people to everything in between. Cast men and women as well. I don't just cast models, and we don't just cast for twerking videos. We cast for everything from commercials to TV shows to hair campaigns to events to corporate events to campaigns to everything. So don't just limit yourself. We cast a lot. We have some amazing actors and talent to choose from as well. Most definitely. And make sure y'all actually submit. Don't give up. Like, really don't give up. Every submission, every casting is different, which means that every client's different. So you might not work with this client, but you might work with this client. So you need to submit to all castings that you're available for.
Most definitely. Most definitely. All right. Well, listen, I appreciate
This was a good interview. I think this is one of my best interviews. I appreciate you.
Oh, nah. I appreciate you coming because you actually put in the work and you're doing it. You know what I'm saying? If people aren't saluting you, they hating. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
Thank you. Hating. They love to hate.
Most definitely. So listen, man, go ahead and tell the people exactly how to follow you.
For sure.
How to contact you.
Y'all can follow my business page. It's Mollyworld Casting. If you want to go apply to casting calls, make sure y'all put your post notifications on because we get random castings and we post randomly because we get called randomly.
Right.
And also if you want to follow more myself and I follow SoOfficial Mollyworld _. It has more of my face on there. Got
you. Yep, and it's your boy Agent Matthews, man. We're gonna be wrapping this thing up, man. Make sure y'all stay tuned. You know, we touching on a lot of powerful keys to success, man, with some of these powerful people, man. So if you want to be somebody, make sure you tap in. We on iHeartRadio, Spotify, U42, man. Appreciate y'all for doing y'all thing. It's another episode of Black Hollywood. It's your boy Agent Matthews.